G'day folks. On my way home from work, I went via a certain green shed. You know, the shed that starts with bun and ends with unnings? Well, I went via the nursery and went to see if I could get any bargains, and I scored big time. I'm guessing most of you by now will probably know, but if you don't, it's a bit of a confession. I am a massive tight ass, and especially when it comes to planting things in my garden. So I'm pleased to introduce to you a new series of videos which I'm going to call Budget Gardening. Long story short is, I should have planted my winter crops probably about a month ago. That means all your brassicas, such as your cauliflowers and broccolis. But I didn't do any of that. So I'm going to cheat by getting these cheap plants, which I got for about $2 each from the certain nursery that we don't mention too much on this channel. And I'm going to see if I can fill up both these garden beds with as many cheap plants as I can possibly get. A lot of your local nurseries will have a little corner, probably somewhere towards the back, where all the sick, dead and dying or slightly yucky looking plants end up going. And that is pretty much where you can find the bargains. In this case, I found an entire tray of cauliflowers that were not looking too flash, but with a little bit of TLC, I reckon I can get them bouncing once again and actually get some crops out of them. The first thing I did was pulled off all the sick, dead, dying or yucky looking leaves and put them straight in the rubbish bin. You don't want that anywhere near your compost bin. Then you can actually move on to the fun stuff, such as actually planting them in the raised garden beds. All of these cauliflowers are the baby variety or a smaller variety, which is wonderful because it means you don't have to plant them as far apart. You can get a lot more in a small space, which is fantastic because it means I can get more plants into these raised garden beds. I decided to play around with a few of the spacings, but overall I'm pretty happy with this end result. I'm actually going to go back to another nursery and see if I can get more plants to fill up the rest of the garden beds. But this is a pretty good start to some tight ass gardening. So until next time, keep gardening folks.